It's time now for the Master Women V6 1000, race number 301. And the field is laden with representatives from Hawaii, 4 of them, as a matter of fact, in lanes 5, 6, 7, and 8, while Tahiti commands lanes 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4, Canada and California, respectively.
In this case, we're starting to see the Tahiti take control of the more favorable lanes, and in this case, Tahiti's in lanes 1 and 2, looking for a very competitive race from the Canada team in lane 3, and don't count out the team in lane 4, Southern California, who looks to be steered by a 10-time Molokai Ho world champion, Mindy Clark.
Wow. Now that's nice analysis right there. Nice color. Hawaii owns the world mark. The Hawaiians set that in 2004, 5:23.16, and 4 lanes occupied by Hawaiians. But as you say, Josh, Tahiti in lanes 1 and 2, that would be Tahiti 1 and Tahiti 2, taking full advantage of the inside lanes early here in the race.
Yes, they are, and it looks to me like there is no separation at the first turn. I would say that it's a dead heat. Lanes 1, 2, and 3, followed closely by the Southern California team in lane 4. Coming upwind, or where you would expect some of the power to start taking over, I would keep a close eye on the team from Canada and the team from Southern California, and look for Tahiti to take advantage of their finesse in terms of executing the turn and accelerating quickly in and out of the turn. Okay,
your mention of Canada and Southern Cal, they're in lanes 3 and 4.
Correct.
While, as we said, Tahiti occupies 1 and 2, and it'll be interesting to see how those 4 Hawaiian canoes do. Though they're not in enviable lane assignments, they still have that record to protect.
Yeah, they do. In this case, we're starting to see some separation from the teams in lanes 1, 2, and 3. Lane 1 is not really taking command of this race, as you've seen in some of the previous races. So it looks to me like it's still pretty much a dead heat. And I would say that Tahiti just made a significant mistake on that turn. You've actually got Canada coming out of the turn first, followed closely by the Tahiti team in lane 2. And the Tahiti one in lane 1 is gonna have to make up for a poorly executed turn there.
So Tahiti 2 definitely a superior turn there.
Yes.
To their countrymen in lane 1, but as you said, Canada 1 should not be overlooked by any means, and they had an outstanding turn there.
Yep, Canada 1, I'm familiar with a couple of the women that they have in the motor or middle of their seats. They're former world champions in flatwater sprint kayaking. They're certainly no slouches, and they certainly know how to race. They know how to bring home the gold. If they can be within striking distance coming out of this last turn, I think it's anyone's game between lanes 1, 2, and 3 for that gold medal.
And again, Tahiti 1 in lane 1, Tahiti 2 in lane 2, and upstart Canada 1 in lane 3, trying to play the spoiler here. Southern California 2, Scora, is in lane 4, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8 belong to Hawaii. The Hawaiians own the world record for this event, established in 04, 5:23.16, but they'll be hard-pressed to make up some time here and close on Tahiti and Canada.
Yep, in this case, it's down to a 3-boat race for medals. We're zooming in on the California team right now, and they're doing fantastic. They all went out and bought those hats specifically for this race. They're referring to them as their Go Fast hats. But in this case, it looks like it's going to come down to a couple of Tahiti teams and Canada, and it's going to be tight.
Canada 1 is in lane 3, and let's not count out Scora 2 in lane 4. And of course, Tahiti in 1 and 2. Let's see how they go in the last 150 yards here.
You can start to see everybody start to spin the stroke rates. The stroke rates are coming up. It's looking to me like it's going to be a close race here. Canada in lane, well, we're looking at Tahiti in lane 2 right now. We're looking at Tahiti in lane 1, and we're looking now at Canada coming into the finish.
Lane
it's
3
going to
for
be
Canada.
Close. It's going to be really close.
Tahiti closing on Canada, and they might have clipped them. Wow!
That's a close finish. Once again, the girls from Canada are celebrating like they won, followed by Tahiti in Southern California. And coming in a few seconds later are the first of 4 teams from Hawaii. But that was probably our most exciting race that we've shared so far, Will. And we're going to have to wait for the video replay to definitively tell us who earned gold and who earned silver on that. But definitively, it was Tahiti winning bronze.
Tahiti 1 and 2 and Canada 1 battling it out for those top 3, and a little bit of a photo finish there among 2 of them. And we'll see how that one shakes out, but that was a terrific finish. Let's take another look at that charge to the finish line.
So you can see out in lane 3, the yellow and red team of Canada charging, and you can see the team from Tahiti closing quickly, closing very, very rapidly. And even in that video replay, it looks to me like Canada was ahead and Tahiti was surging. So it's really going to come down to the camera angle on the photo finish to tell us who came in first and second in that gold medal race.
You saw it right, Josh. Lane 3, Canada 1 wins it. A winning time of 5:18:52.
That's quite an accomplishment from our sisters up north to come all the way down here. And if I'm reading this right, Will, I believe I'm looking at a new world record was established in that race. Am I reading that correctly?
Yes, you are. Hawaii in 04 registered 5:23:16 moments ago. As we see the freeze frame at the finish line, Canada won in 5:18:52. Evidently a new world record.
What a beautiful effort when you have to raise your game to compete at that level. It's not only to win a gold medal, but to establish a world record. It must be a very sweet feeling.
Boy, it must be, and it was a sweet feeling being able to call that race with you just now, Josh. We saw some incredible paddling right there among the 2 Tahitian crews, and Canada won. It just wasn't the day for Hawaii to defend their mark. There was just too much Tahiti and way too much Canada.
Well, it looked to me like Hawaii sort of showed up in numbers. Maybe they were trying to intimidate the rest of the competition by filling up the field. But on this Saturday in Sacramento, it really came down to the grit of the team from Canada versus the outstanding preparation from the team from Tahiti.